makeup in like a week and a half.
Me too. And you can't even see.
Oh, I barely. Yeah, I'm like,
Cindy, I really do have some on.
Beautiful. I like those lips, Cindy. And now I'm impressed, Cindy. You did lips. Wow.
Well, I do have to give keys today, even though I'm not supposed to, but I'm going to.
If I were your client, I would want keys.
I know. Right? Absolutely. They went through 3 terrible houses, and it's been a month of us in escrow, or 3 months of escrow before we finally close. So it's a sweet victory today for sure.
Woo. Good for you. I'm going to check this.
Hey, check this out. I just got this email. My girlfriend is a 911 dispatcher, and she said, I just wanted to let you guys know that we're seeing a lot of robberies in homes for sale.
Oh, yeah. All mine are vacant. I'm not saying they're vacant. I'm saying just by appointment only, in fear of people losing their houses and squatting, especially because they're all SAC houses.
She says a lot of appliances and everything, too. So just be aware.
Crazy.
Yeah. Well, and also my client yesterday, just to let you know, he's a cop in Yolo County, and there was a huge outbreak in the Russian community. I guess they haven't been staying in place and holding church services. 3 of them died yesterday, and the rest of the churches are infected. So he said, stay away from the Russians in Yolo County.
Wait, that's Yolo? Oh my God.
Yeah, he's a Yolo County cop. Yeah, he said they weren't taking it serious, and they were gathering in church. And 3 of them died yesterday. Now, everyone in the whole church is infected because they weren't listening.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yolo County has had higher numbers than Placer all along for some reason.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think.
I wonder why. That's weird.
I mean, at the beginning. I haven't looked lately. Hi, Valerie.
Hi.
Where's your beautiful face, Valerie?
It's not beautiful.
You have to come on video. This is
real life, girl.
Right?
These roots, sister. Look at these roots.
Let's see who has the worst roots.
Oh, I can top all of you. I went the day before we went into shelter in place. I went out and got hair stuff because.
Good for you.
Oh, I'm so jealous. I still got St. Patrick's Day nails. I'm gonna be stuck with these forever.
That would be awful. That would be.
I peeled all of my nails off. I couldn't take it anymore.
Oh my God.
So how do you get the glue off, though?
Okay, I am an expert at peeling because I'm a picker all my life. If I have a scab, I pick it. If there's anything that was, I pick it. And I just work it as long as it takes to peel it up.
It's a terrible habit.
The last time, and I cannot stand it.
So rumor has it, though, there's a nail salon open in Lincoln because 2 of my friends went to it yesterday, but I'm a little scared to go to it. I don't think it's worth it.
Dangerous.
Yeah, like I said, if everyone's going because it's the only one, I'm not going to do it.
Well, get this. My grandma lives in this little assisted living home in Shelby, Montana, in the middle of nowhere, and they have their first coronavirus.
Oh, no.
I know. She's 94.
Oh, jeez.
She is a tough cookie, but isn't that crazy? It's literally this tiny town of probably 12,000 people in Montana. This little teeny living.
That's crazy.
Oh my gosh. Is it in the facility or is it outside the facility?
No, it's in the facility.
What's up, team?
Hi.
Hey, how are you guys? It took me a little while to get here. I'm like, okay, it's 10 o'clock. Then I went, wait a minute, I don't know how to do this. I called James like, what do I do? So this is so funny, man.
You're such a techie, Brent. You're such a techie.
What? Yeah, I'm so techie. Let me tell you.
Yes.
Oh, you look so cute.
Valerie.
You look awesome. What are you talking about?
I know.
Are we talking about how we look?
Yeah.
We are
Respecting our roots.
It's so good. Are we all home?
Busters.
Is everybody home? Is this crazy or what?
Yeah.
Yes.
I have jeans on though, because I had to go and get blood work today.
Let's not describe what we're wearing.
We all need to mute except Brent.
This is the Brent Gove team. No. I like the banter. This is how our team works. Chaos, fun, just going over the top of each other.
We don't ever hear anybody who's talking.
All good. Well, when they talk, we know to be quiet. But this is our team. We're rough, we're rowdy, and we're fired up, and we're doing business from our homes. So this is awesome. What a beautiful group. I'm sorry, I miss you all. This is so cool, man. We're able to have community. And so I wish I should have worn my glasses. I see Alicia and Cindy and Cindy and Darcy and Quinn. Is that you, handsome lug with your ball cap there?
That's me.
Right on. I swear I can't read the tiny. I gotta back up here to read the tiny writing. Back up, you can't read the tiny writing. Is that Heather? Heather's here. And we got Missy Taylor. Hey, Missy, Krista. And Susan. Hey, Susan, how are you? You must be at the coast. Your lens looks foggy. I think you might want to get a Kleenex there. You must be at the Monterey Bay or something. And we got Taffy, the governor of the state of California for WCR, Women's Council of Realtors. Taffy, I want to have you on today. And we got Peter there. Hey, Peter. Welcome.
How you doing, sir?
Good to have you here. And then we have, I love it, we got Melissa and Rich Lester, right on Lester Home Inspections, a shameless plug, greatest home inspector in Sacramento, Placer, and El Dorado County. And then this is being Facebook Live too, so people will get this all over. He'll go to Iowa, do your inspection, Florida. He likes the Palm. He says no. Hey, if you're in Northern California, take care of them. They built an orphanage from scratch in Africa. Who does that? Like, I haven't done that. I build like an In-N-Out crew. We go to In-N-Out, we demolish In-N-Out burgers. That's like my claim to fame. But you're awesome.
So you helped a lot with the building of that, even though you never came to visit. So.
Well, thank you. Very sweet. Love you guys. And Lori Gonzalez, how are you, Lori?
Good.
Good to have you here. And Mr. Stroop with his mic muted. I love it. Perfect. Leave it muted.
I'm here, baby.
Oh, no.
That's right. I'm not muted.
Control over these. Alicia, she's outside getting some fresh air. Way to go, Alicia.
Oh, I'm inside. Where are we?
No, Alicia, right. I'm at the bottom. If you look down, Alicia's walking. So she's got us all. She's what's that called? Dual
Multitasking.
Multitasking.
I spin a lot of plates.
Nice. How many kids do you have, Alicia?
5.
She barely got it out.
It's 5. It's 5.
How old is your oldest?
13.
So the 13-year-old's in charge right now at the house, right?
I got my nanny cam on.
Oh.
And, I run my nanny cam, and then I go out and run and walk.
I love it, man. But if something crazy happens, you better be close by.
I could run back in like 5 seconds.
I love it. Okay, all right. And then Valerie, what's up, Valerie? Good to have you on today.
Hey.
Right on. Well, this is it, man. We're doing it. First ever Brent Gove team meeting online. And we're having community, and this is way cool. I hope you raise your coffee cups if you have coffee. Raise your mugs. And I better not see any beer mugs in there, you guys. I want to see coffee mugs, Cindy.
That doesn't happen until noon, okay?
I'm so relieved. Oh my gosh. So I was gonna start with Cindy, but I gotta start with Darcy. I go, hey, get a cup of coffee and get ready. We're on at 10. And Darcy Stratton goes, oh, I've already been up and going. Darcy, would you like to share with everyone what you did this morning so the rest of us mere mortals can feel like complete and total losers? She rattled off what she did this morning, and I'm like, go ahead, Darcy, just take it away.
I ran 3 miles and I ran stairs and I did push-ups and I fed horses and I had 2 cups of coffee.
And you fed your horses.
Yep.
And
That's
were
crazy.
they happy to see you?
Thank you. Nice to see you guys.
Look at all that. I didn't feed any horses. And I got 3 grapes, a cup of coffee. I guess I fed this horse, but I didn't run 3 miles. But when I leave here, I'll get out there and do it. So, with that said, let's start. And I'm going to start with Cindy this morning. She is on an absolute tear and succeeding in the sequestered state that we're at, but she's still making it happen. So, Cindy, take it away.
Yeah, so today I just kind of wanted to talk about listings because obviously the way we listed our houses a week or 2 weeks ago are completely different than we are today. So I've just taken a couple different routes than I normally have. So unfortunately, during these kind of difficult times, I truly do feel that we have to spend money to make money. Just because we're not allowed to be taking our buyers to the listings. So the one thing I think is super important right now is obviously we use really good photographers. It's not the time to let, your cousin who's getting into photography take photos of your house. It's just, we need those high-end quality photos right now. So I think that's really important. I'm currently asking all my sellers to actually move out of the house. So they are vacant, which for a couple of reasons. One, we don't have to worry about the family getting the coronavirus. Number 2, it allows me to stage that property. And what I've actually decided to do, I did have regular staging booked, but I decided to do virtual staging. And so I have a listing coming on the market today and tomorrow. Keep your eye on it because your mind is going to be blown with the staging. It's only $15 a picture.
Hold on, time out. We want the address. What's the address? Do you have it? We're going to look for it.
It's on the market. Actually, went on this morning. 7877 Carrione, and that's Carione Walk. And that's in Sacramento. So check out that virtual staging. It's mind-blowing.
But the virtual staging will be up tomorrow by 5:00.
No, it's up now. The virtual staging is up now.
So we can see what this looks like.
Yeah, so what
Very cool.
I'm doing...
If somebody can find it and hit a share my screen, that'd be cool. If not, this is our first time to do this, so I don't want to get too crazy.
Yeah, I thought about that too. I don't know how to do that. That's way too techie. And so the reason I think it's really cool is, number 1, it's staged, but I think something that is extremely important right now, which I have never done, which is a must, is the Matterport videos. So that's the 3D dollhouse view where you can walk the house. That is actually the vacant house. So I'm leaving that vacant, and then the photos are staged so they could get both aspects of, this is where I could put all my stuff in the house. But I could also walk through it and see it vacant without having to go to the property. So I think staging and vacant houses and good pictures are really popular right now. I just think it's the only way to go. The Matterport videos are a little expensive. They run about 15 to 20 cents per square foot. My listing today, sorry, lender's calling me.
Let's translate that real quick. 2,000 square foot home. What are you saying that costs?
So a 2,000 square foot home. Let me calculate that out.
Am I doing the math right? What is that?
So times by point. Let's say it's 20 cents. It's $400.
Okay, yeah, I was doing that right.
But you're not endangering your clients, and I think that's definitely worth it to do it.
Good job, Cindy.
And so also I think just video is something that's so important right now. So I'm also, besides doing the still pictures, the Matterport, I'm also doing a website landing page, which will combine all of that together. So the still pictures, the Matterport, it's just a landing page that then has it all condensed together and goes to music and everything like that. Usually photographers don't charge you for that. You just need to ask for it. I know they're kind of swamped and things are taking a little bit longer, but I think the more we could push out to that social media and all different aspects is super important right now. And regarding, I think this is a time that, we do need flyers in a flyer box. Now, we're not going to get the street traffic by it, but, the neighbors are definitely out walking right now because they're stuck in their house and they need to exercise. And as we know, generally in neighborhoods, someone has a family or friend who they want to move to the neighborhood. So I think flyers are really necessary right now, and trying to put as many pictures on the flyer as you can, where before we didn't want to put a bunch of pictures because we wanted them to come in the house. Well, nowadays we don't want them to come into the house, so we need to put a lot of pictures on there. So whether
you could do on that, Cindy, is laminate a flyer at FedEx Kinko's if they're open, laminate that sucker, and then literally tack it to your board really good because it's going to get windy. Because if the flyers run out or they're afraid to touch the flyer, if you have a laminated one there blown up, maybe even go 8.5. I think people would love it. Let's get creative.
Absolutely. And, and like I was just saying, and I'm not letting anyone know my houses are vacant because I just don't think it's the right time to say it's vacant. Everything is by appointment only. And what I'm doing, because I did already have a realtor who wants to show it, they're going to go view it for the client today. So I even went an extra step and I had a basket full of booties by the front door. You guys, if you go to Target, they have these cute little doormats that say, please put your shoes here. It's like a little tray. And so if they want to either take off their shoes or put on the booties, those are right there. Plus, I'm also putting brand new soaps and brand new towels in the kitchen and in the bathrooms, and then sanitized wipes just straight on the kitchen counter. So when they go to leave, they can wipe down the door handles and things like that. Just trying to take extra precaution that we normally haven't.
One good thing to do, Cindy, would be to make sure all the doors are propped open, have something in front of them. And
that's what I do.
Don't touch any handles. Don't open cupboards. If you buy the home, you could look in the cupboards later. If people really want to look, they might have a rubber glove or something. So they'll figure it out. But yeah. Absolutely.
And so I did go through and I opened all the blinds so nobody is touching the blinds and opening them for their clients. Still where they're a little bit shut just so everyone's not staring and seeing it's vacant, but enough that they're not going to go and open them. And any plug-in lights, that you have to touch, I pulled all those out of the house.
Nice.
So just being really, being safe about it. I think, I'm excited. I'm going to try this virtual open houses that people started doing last week. We'll see how it goes. I think it's just the more exposure we could get across the web is going to be important. I mean, it's just going to be, probably a Facebook Live of me walking through the house. But I think the more we just keep putting our listings out there, the more people are going to see them and get their clients out there.
Can I interrupt right now?
Yeah.
I was driving through this little old neighborhood in Old Roseville. My daughter Sarah wants to buy a house, Cherry Glen, and some different areas. There's another area, it's like Tahoe, and all the homes are little cute bungalows. And I'm looking, there's no homes for sale. I'm thinking, okay, if a home came for sale, would I just snap this up for my daughter? And the answer was yes. It's a great, desirable neighborhood. And everybody thinks, well, not my neighborhood. Well, and if you're from Antelope, I'm not trying to put you down. But Antelope isn't, people aren't where we live, people are going, oh, I want to live in Antelope. But that's actually incorrect. We say that because we live in Granite Bay, Newcastle, Roseville, Rockland, which are very desirable suburbs. And we're not going backwards to Antelope, but for people from North Highlands and Foothill Farms, Antelope is freaking Beverly Hills.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do you understand? So you could pop one on the market in Antelope and they're like excited about that. Like I am a little cute little quaint thing in Old Roseville that is all dolled up. Right? One man's, I'm not going to say that quote. Okay, I'll say it. One man's junk is another man's treasure. Someone else who's dying to live in Antelope, right? So.
Absolutely. And also, I'm spending some extra money on social, like doing Facebook ads. As you guys know, I'm pretty frugal. I don't like to spend any extra money on my listings. Another thing, I was actually just talking with Krista about it the other day because she was wondering, how she could target her $1 million listing in the Bay Area. Zip Your Flyers. I don't know if you guys have used that before, but it's zipyourflyers.com. And it's about you could spend about $50 to $75, and you get to pick what area your flyers go to. And so you could pick Bay Area agents, and for that price, it will go to 5,000 agents in the Bay Area directly into their email.
That's cool.
It's a great way. What was that?
We got 1 minute left because I got 4 more speakers to get through. So 1 more minute, wrap it up. You're doing great. I hate to cut you off because it's great.
And just, with the people with the staging, just to let you know, I know a lot of us use Stephanie Brewbreaker. I don't know if you guys noticed that she did change her staging from 60 days to 90 days now, just for no additional cost. And if you do have clients who are not willing to do it, remember that she lets you bill out of escrow. So it's no upfront money that's coming out of either yours or your client's pocket, that they could bill it through escrow. So, that's just another thing that you consider. I decided to cancel, like I said, my staging just because, it was for my next house, because it's a 6-bedroom, 5-bath, and it was going to cost me a fortune, where virtual staging just was economically more desirable. And if people aren't in there, why paid it, for that $3,000 when I could do it for a couple $100 virtually.
And you have a little more money to put into Matterport and some of these flyers and marketing dollars.
Absolutely. So like you said, you got to spend some money right now to make some money, unfortunately.
I love it, Cindy. Good job. Thank you. That was outstanding. Okay, I'm going to switch to our famous, international celebrity mortgage broker who turned 40 yesterday, Alicia Blackwood. And I'm going to do this. I hate the happy birthday song, but I think everybody has to turn their mic off right now. And we're going to do it on the count of 3. Ready? 1, 2, turn your mics off. I am not the only one. Quinn, your mic is not muted, Quinn. Yeah, I'm watching you guys.
Unmuted?
Yeah, James, unmute your mics. We're going to sing Alicia happy birthday. And I hate it when people sing me the happy birthday song, but I want a sense of normal. So we're going to do this live. Are you ready? Okay. You guys ready? On the count of 3. 1, and I better not be the only one singing. I better hear all of you singing. Don't set me up. 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Alicia. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, Alicia, that was definitely the worst happy birthday. That could not have been worse. And I'm kind of proud of it. We were rocking it. That was the worst I've ever heard. I actually kind of liked it. Okay. So, Alicia, happy birthday. You're a beautiful 40-year-old woman. You look like you're 23. Congratulations. And you've been working out. I know. I've seen you're totally fit and buffed. So, yeah, look at you. So tell us what's happening in the world of mortgage rates. Where are rates today, and why are rates where they're at today? And tell us about some cool loan programs. Take it away.
Hold on. Okay, tell me my cutoff time so I stay within.
You got about 5 minutes.
5 minutes, okay. So I'm not supposed to do this. I did it anyways. Don't copy and paste it to the public so I don't get a fine. But I just posted rates on our Facebook page so you guys could see kind of where all programs are at. This is all assuming 20% down, but it shows, conventional at around 1 point cost is 3.65. So it's still really good. It's not 3.25 or 3%, but it's still really good. FHA is currently 3.3 with a point. Okay. And VA is 3.3 with a little over a point. Now, I want everyone to understand why most quotes you're going to start seeing and hearing from your clients are going to be with cost, roughly. The income that banks were making when they would go to service a loan, let's say they're getting paid a point and they're making a point, that got cut to a half. So a ton of mortgage banks are going to go out of business. I'm telling you this now. They don't have the revenue continuing to flow in for the loans and the systems they already have in place. So they're seeing a ton of banks going out of the business, just like it happened in 08 and 09. So mortgage banks are going to close their doors because they don't have the capital, okay? So with that said, if a bank charges a client a point up front, that is non-refundable. So even if the client goes and refinances in 6 months, that bank just made a point and they're not going to lose money because guess what? The money they're paid to do the loan, that they're going to have to pay back if that client refinances or forecloses within 6 months.
It sounds like the banks are betting on the fact rates will be lower in 6 months.
They are going to get better. So you got to be delicate, guys, with the customers because they're so fearful right now, right? So what we need to explain to them is, hey, rates are going to get better. They're good right now, but they're going to get better. The main thing we want to explore, and this is what I'm explaining to them, is we want you to break even with a year or two. So if they're paying a point, we want to make sure there's enough payment savings for them to break even on the cost within a couple years, so clients aren't continuing to pay fees over and over again if they want to refinance. So what I'm doing is I'm pulling up, and you guys can all Google this, the Freddie Mac 30-year fixed history, and it'll show you mortgage rates over the last 30 years. Okay, so it shows people a pattern. What goes up must come down, right? If they have light at the end of the tunnel, it'll keep them from mentally wanting to lock up and freeze. What we're going to explain to them is, hey, here's the good news. We are going to head into an extremely amazing market of opportunity. There's going to be a lot of people that are scared and that are going to be selling down the road. What I'm recommending my clients do is buy their primary residence, stack as much cash as they can, because it's going to be a great time for investment, right? So it helps them put a twist on, instead of focusing on their fear. Oh, Alicia said, I got to do my family budget, lower down my expenses, much money, so I can buy like rentals as an example. So keep that in mind. Fannie Mae is working on allowing a fourth type of appraisal to be done through people and phones and doing like a virtual appraisal. It's called a property data collection. So they're switching their rules and they're beta testing it now. So there'll be 4 appraisal options: an appraisal waiver, a property data collection, which is again with somebody, even the homeowner, using their phone and following a certain criteria to scan the house for them, doing a desktop appraisal and a property data collection. And then the 4th is the full appraisal, being our last resort on a home. One thing I do need to make sure everybody knows, and I think I only have 2 more minutes, a lot of banks are pulling out of anything that they are considering higher risk, meaning, investment properties. I'm shopping an 8-unit property for Taffy right now. That's commercial, right? 2 units, bad credit. FHA is changing the rules pretty quick here to go to a 660 credit score, guys. 660 from 500, significantly higher. Now, one thing I'm going to tell you with any lender that you're working with, do not be the squeaky wheel. You're going to get fired. Realtors right now, I am having to fire some, because the truth is, guys, when I have the realtors that are like this at me, and they want answers every second, I'm firing them. I don't have time for that. I am busy doing loans, and if you're going to drive me crazy, I'll just fire you. Okay? Let me do my job. Turn times are longer. So what you're saying to your client is, hey, great news. I've got the best lender working on it for you. They may only check with you a couple times during the week. If there's no news, that means it's good news. That means they don't need anything from you right now. They'll reach out as soon as possible. If you guys are going, hey, it's crickets, it's okay. Text a reminder. That's fine. Texting a reminder is fine, because then it can go, oh, hey, we're going to check status and move it to the top of the list. But how I'm training my agents and my clients is ensure that the client gets all docs to us immediately. I won't review files now without docs anymore. So I don't want to hear hey, I've got this crazy, give me a file, give me a full file with all the docs, then I'll work. But I can't do work for 52 different agents with hypothetical weird scenarios, or engineer clients who want 2015 breakdowns, unless they're fully invested in me and they give me a full file. So if you want your client to go to the top of the list, have them get all their docs in. They will be the next review. That's my truth. Because a complete file is money, right?
Great advice. Money. I want to open it up for questions. Who has a question for Alicia? Krista Proctor, go ahead. Unmute your mic there. Good. Go ahead, Krista.
Alicia, that is such excellent advice on how to set our client expectations on our own. Is that also, when you say a complete file, would that also apply to refis? I'm thinking yes.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the minute a client says to me, hey, I'm shopping, I say, awesome. I'm not going to upload you to the bank. I'm not going to touch your file, because that's my job. If you want me to shop for you with 52 banks, including Quicken and United, which is the #1 in the nation, perfect. But that's my job. So if you want to do my job, I wish you the best of luck on that. Because I don't have time. I'm just going to be serious, guys. I've got, and you all have those databases of people who are willing to want your help. And that I want to help people that fill up my cup, that want my help, not the bad credit people who are abusers. I'll do bad credit for a good client, right? We will all go the extra mile for somebody who's appreciative, loving. But if you guys have a pain in your ass, don't hand me that baton, please. Because I'm gonna fire the client on our first
Alicia's getting on a really great point here. If you have a client who is sucking the very life out of your bone marrow here, you need to fire that client. Brian Buffini taught me that 24 years ago. First guy I ever heard, Coldwell Banker event. Brian Buffini came in. I'm sitting there with my mom and dad, and he said, some of you need to go home and fire clients. If they're subtracting from your life and not adding to it, don't go, yeah, but I get 3% of 500,000. It's 15,000. No. Go home and fire them. Get rid of what you don't want to make room for what you do want. You're like, well, I don't have enough clients. You'll get new clients because that guy is messing with your mojo, or that woman is messing with your mojo. Very important, Alicia.
Well, this week I really realized something important to me, as I think we all are, as we're learning what is important right now, and people are dying, right? People are dying. We're at home trying to worry about staying alive, right? And if people are treating you like crap because, your kids are at home, and if clients don't appreciate your time and you're like, hey, it's family time after 6, and they're just blowing you up, my point to you is this week I had a client who I had spent so many nights and weekends over the last year with them. And I figured out that they were double apping me with somebody else. They were basically treating me like trash, but to my face were like, they were so loyal. And I basically fired them in a sense and just said, hey, I wish you the best of luck. So they're threatening me with bad reviews. I think you give a crap about me, guys. We care, but truth is, they don't always care about us. So you'll be able to tell quickly if you set a boundary and they go, hey, we really appreciate you, we respect you. That's you.
Let me teach you how to fire somebody with class. So if you have a client who's just, they are high maintenance, high strung, you refer them to a really tough agent who's a bulldog. There was a while there, Lori Logan, y'all know her, some of you know her. She's like, I'll work with anybody, anywhere, I don't care. And she's a good agent. I'm like, here, take Fred, take Bill, take Karen, you want that junk? Here you go. And just say, hey, Fred, I'm so busy. I would love to help you. I'm afraid I will not give you the Nordstrom's level of service that you want and that I need to give you. So my friend, Lori Logan or Kevin McDonald, I've referred Kevin McDonald some of the wackadoodles, that I wouldn't give to you beautiful ladies that I don't feel are safe. They go to Kevin. If they stuff him in their trunk, that's on Kevin. I'm just kidding. But I wouldn't give anyone truly dangerous. But sometimes you meet clients, they are truly wackadoodle. They go to Kevin Prado from Prado Real, or Kevin McDonald from Prado Real Estate. And I tell him, here you go, Kevin, $900,000 listing. It's all yours. Sometimes you guys will say, why don't you give it to me? Because I don't want you to deal with crazy. Plus it boomerangs back to me. I don't want crazy. So you all need to find someone who's tough, smart, because if you make the referral and they don't close, you don't get 25%. But I'd be willing to take nothing. Just fire some clients politely. Alicia, you too. You should refer them. I'm just too busy right now. Here you go. Then tell that loan officer, hey, if it works out, I want a steak dinner at Ruth Chris. I don't know how mortgage brokers do referrals. I know at real estate, we get 25%. If it's a big, fat commercial deal, like really good, and I don't want to deal with it, I may ask for 40%. The listing is worth gold. A buyer's worth 25%. To me, a listing's worth, I give listings away for 50% all the time. And I go, look, you get all the sign calls, you get all the internet leads, you get the family, friends, neighbors, coworkers, anything future, it's all yours at 100%. But we're going to partner on this, meaning you're going to give me 50%, I'm going to do nothing, and you're going to do all the work. I'm pretty clear about it. And I go, because this is a lay down listing from good clients of mine, and I can pick a different commercial agent if you don't want to do it. They're like, no, I'll take it. How many of you, I know this sounds terrible. Now, if it's a $120,000 trailer park home, I just give away the listing, I take nothing, okay? So, right, if it's a $200,000 buyer, I might take 10%. I actually take a lower fee on those. But if someone said, look, I have a $900,000 listing with you, they're so excited. and I'm going to partner with you, but you get all the sign calls, all the neighbors, all the mother, family, friends, relatives forever at 100%. I'm going to partner with you on a 50-50. You want the listing, or do you want me to call someone at Remax or Realty One? Like, no, I'll take that listing, right? Because listings have babies. So some of you don't value what you have in other states. And I adjusted, if that makes sense. Alicia, we got to bounce to our next speaker. Do you have anything you want to say in parting?
Hey, Brent.
I'm going to say that you guys, and I'm going to make you hear me as well. We are going into a huge opportunity. If you guys have any extra cash right now, I would recommend investing. My guy's a badass at Edward Jones if you need a person, but stack cash and tee yourself up for when the market tanks to be able to buy yourself some investment property.
Oh,
just
good.
Good time.
I'm just going to say something. Speaker's open. Raise your hand.
It's Debbie Salisbury.
Oh, I don't see you. You're not my.
I know. My picture is. It's not on there on purpose.
God is talking to us. Go ahead.
I just want to ask Alicia a question. Alicia, are you fielding questions from any clients about, the delay that they're talking about for some of these mortgages, for people's mortgages, or is that not coming through you at all?
So it didn't affect my pipeline. But are there loans where the bank halted funding right smack in the middle? Yeah.
Okay, no, that's not what I meant. What I meant was because of the coronavirus that people are saying that some banks will delay mortgages.
Oh, that's absolutely true. Yes.
The payment of mortgages is what I'm trying to say.
They have to call direct to the mortgage company.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you're asking me? Is how do people find out about it?
No, that's all. I just wondered if you were getting any of those questions from your past clients or anything like that.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah. Oh, they're totally emailing and asking, hey, how do we get relief?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Call your bank. Talk to your bank about it. Hopefully they won't ding your credit. Be aware of your credit getting dinged. We got to move on. Alicia, you did a great job. Thank you very much. I'm going to go to someone who was not on the schedule to speak, but I'm interested in hearing about a 1-minute answer from him because we are on a time crunch, but I think it's an important question. My favorite home inspector, Rich Lester. Rich, if you could unmute your mic. What are home inspectors doing right now? Are you guys inspecting homes? Are you not inspecting homes? What are you doing?
So I think we're considered one of the essentials because we're about the protection of homes, health and safety of homes, right? But a lot of home inspectors are not. I'm getting a lot of additional calls because their normal home inspector or whatever from the new agents have decided that they're staying home. Mm-hmm. So it's a mix. It's mixed within our industry. I'm still inspecting them.
Okay. So Rich, if people want to reach your home inspection here in the Sacramento and surrounding 40-mile radius, what is your number? How do they reach you?
916-500-4628. There's a couple of things though that I think are really important right now.
Okay.
First of all, this is a time I think to do inspections on listings. There's a precedence on that in the Bay Area. And now, if you think about it, you get a virtual tour of the home. It comes with a home inspection and a pest inspection, and now you know that house. And why would you put an offer on any other house?
That's brilliant.
And then also, we have a way of turning because our inspections are all HTML5 based. They're all web based. I can create a public link so that they can see that inspection report before they even have to go into contract. It's just.
And this is normal for the San Francisco, San Jose Bay Area. This is how they've been doing business for a decade. We're just a little slow in Cowtown, Sacramento.
Right.
So
we're adding more pictures to our inspections in order to be able to explain things a lot better. And then also the other thing that does is it turns the inspection into a disclosure instead of a negotiation item, which is a lot cheaper. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Submit something.
They didn't know about it. They get an escrow and they're like, well, we didn't know this. Like you knew all this and no deal. Wow. There's like lots of reasons to do a listing inspection and then upload it.
Will you transfer ownership of that inspection to whoever ends up buying it?
So it's funny. This is a huge question that we have in the Bay Area, and the Bay Area inspectors don't seem to see the disconnect on that. It's just become normal that the buyer then accepts that inspection And it's questionable whether or not the home inspector has a relationship with that buyer or if it's just with the seller, but it seems to not be an issue out there. And this is just one of these things that, remember, we're moving to the buyer's market and things have to shift. And so
I would make your sellers pay for it. I would make the seller pay, write a fund, done, and then here's the report, do what you want with it, boom.
Right. And I mean, I think this is just the way that you're going to get ahead of your competition with all your listings at the end of the day. And
this team meeting's been great. I love all the creative ideas you have. I'm already benefiting greatly. I'm going to be a better coach as I'm out there this week. Thank you to all of you. Rich, I got to move on. Do you have something last 20 seconds you want to say? Or
vacant and with lock boxes. And we're not doing client reviews. We are, I have a Zoom reviews where they can schedule whenever is convenient for them.
So you're able to share your screen and do a Zoom with them, and that way you have the social distancing.
And we actually get to do the face-to-face review and make sure all their questions are answered.
Oh, you do a face-to-face review?
Through Zoom. Through that.
Okay. All right.
It's just so much more personable, and they understand.
Yeah, no, this is great. I feel like we're all in my conference room right now. The only thing is I just can't hug you guys. But speaking of huggers, the teacher of the year, not once, but twice, everybody loves Taffy. They love her so much she wanted to become the president of the Women's Council of Realtors in Placer County. And then she ran all through the ranks. Now she's the governor of the state of California. And if you didn't know, California leads the nation leads the world. So here is the queen, the woman behind the scenes who pulls the strings. I feel like I'm doing a UFC fight announcement. All the way from, wherever you are, what's it called? Where are you from?
Newcastle.
From Newcastle, California. She's an expert in Taekwondo and karate, and she is our governor for the Women's Council of Realtors, state of California, class act. And I asked her to share some things that the WCR is putting out. So, Taffy, thank you for being a proud member of the Brent Gove team. We love you. But anyways, go ahead.
So, from the Women's Council viewpoint, we're really practicing factual hygiene. There's a lot of very scary information out there for our clients. And our job is to get the facts. Women's Council of Realtors is located nationally in the National Association of Realtors building, Michigan Avenue. So we are right there with the chief economist for the National Association of Realtors, Dr. Lawrence Yoon. And I can send a link for you where Brian Buffini interviews Dr. Lawrence Yoon and talks about, just based on the length of this virus, how long it takes to corral it. If it takes 3 months, like it did in China, if it takes a little shorter, that's even better. But even at 3 months, we're going to come out still pretty darn strong. Because we went in top numbers, top quarter ever for National Association of Realtors in terms of home sales. So we can come out of this and still have the same housing market where we will have the same housing shortage, provided this doesn't go much longer than 3 months. So, I look at those people in Women's Council as we look at people who study the facts. He has a PhD. This is what he does. He's hired by the National Association of Realtors to look at this information. And I also look at in terms of Women's Council, at the experts in the field, people that this is what they do. We have also limited our access to the news because it's they get paid. The news gets paid by viewership and they get paid by clicks. So that's something you can talk to your clients about when you're making your phone calls to your clients. Talk about
the more sensational the news, the more viewers they get. Oh my gosh, turn on CNN right now. You all know what CNN stands for, of course, constant negative news. And you will freak yourself out. My mom watches it all day. She's completely level freaked. Mom, if you're watching, stop watching the news so much. Watch it for 30 minutes a day. Watch it from a viable news company, which is I'm not going to say it. But anyways, everybody gets to pick their own news stories. I have mine. It starts with that. Anyways, I won't say it. But anyways, the point is, I love what you said, factual hygiene. Don't just pick up garbage and junk and fill your mind. Very good, Taffy.
Yeah, replace fear with fact. And if you do that, they're ever in a better place. The next thing is we're really talking about everything speaks. So let's serve our clients. This is our time to serve our clients, not remind them constantly we're a realtor. We're going to serve them. We're calling and checking on them. We've been doing that with our elder clients for quite a while. Now we're calling everybody. I'm talking people off of the ledge, but I'm doing that by once again replacing their fear with facts and letting them know if they have job security, they will most likely come out okay. If they don't have job security, they have job insecurity, they need to basically hold in place. Okay, they're not going to be buying a house when they come out of this. This is not going to be their time. It's not going to be their time. But just give them the love, the security, the factual information, and don't go down a political path. Don't go down. I don't want to take you down a rabbit hole, a very dark place. You stay out of it, because when you end the conversation, when you end phone call, how do you want to be remembered? You want to be remembered as the person who lifted them up. So it's our time to serve and not remind them. They're going to know we're a realtor at the end of this, right? To serve them.
Taffy, I love you. You're amazing. I so appreciate you. What a class act. So let's get off this phone today. There's an actionable item a lot of us have already been doing that. Let's call our clients. How are you? Just checking in. James knows Terry Little. She's been blowing me up all morning. I'm praying for you. I'm proud of you. You're my favorite leader in real estate. She's not even in real estate, but it means something to me. I'm very comforted by that. And she's like, I got your back, brother. And you guys don't know Terry Little, but she's like General MacArthur in my world. Nothing to do with real estate, but she's just reaching out to me on text. You can make a phone call. You can make a video. People appreciate it. Taffy, love you as always. Final parting word, or anything else you want to say? You good?
Well, I think the final parting word is use this time now to get training, not binge watching Netflix. Get training right now. Nice. Get a designation. Get something you've been wanting to do. Get it now. Nice.
Thank you. No binge watching. Learn. Watch stuff. Expand your mind when I don't have time to do it. You have time now. Heather, I didn't have you queued up, but you are a title representative for Chicago Title. And I got time for 60 seconds.
Perfect. Well, as you can hear, Max in the background, I'm trying to be an employee, work from home, school 2 kids under 5. But anyway, as far as
talk her off the ledge. Where's Taffy? There's your first person right there.
No, we're doing really good. So as far as title and escrow and all of that, we're still moving and grooving. We're trying to get as many people as we can to work remote. Christine Adams is on the call. She's actually working remote. But as far as we are concerned, we're still opening deals, closing deals. As long as the county can e-record, which we can, we're still business as usual, title clearing, customer service. I'm obviously working for Zoom calls, all of that. And then as far as prelims, preliminary title reports are taking precedent over refis. So just know that. Most of you already pre-open escrow. Just continue to do that so we can do a head start on the prelims, because there is some delay from the refi boom.
Nice. Thank you. I love your son there. That is so cute. You made my whole Brent Gove team. Look at that. Hey, buddy.
Yeah. Can you say hi, Brent?
Air 5. So if anybody has a question for Heather, and this is being streamed on Facebook, there's her number, her name right there in the column. Plus there's Christine Adams from Chicago Title, my favorite escrow officer for, 14, 15 years. I love her. Her husband, Jim Adams, knows that. He's good with it. So anyways, a lot of love here. But Cindy had a quick question, then I got to move on.
Yeah. Hey, Heather, this electronic signing with the county, I closed 3 last week and 1 this morning, has been absolutely phenomenal. Like, I just had one, we sent it off this morning by 9:30, it recorded already, which
that's awesome.
Doesn't normally happen. Do you think this might be something that they keep, this electronic recording? Because in my opinion, I think it's better than ever. It's so quick.
We've always had the capability to do that, but I honestly think the positive side of things, it's going to allow us to sharpen our tools, work better. I mean, look how many people are on Zoom calls. I just think we're going to adjust and work more efficiently than ever. So I see I can't predict the future, but there's no reason not to. Just the things with the e-recordings, they have to be in by a certain time. So we're at the mercy of the counties, but there's no reason not to.
I just took Christine gave me some great advice last week is have your lenders fund the money the day before. So the first thing in the morning, it gets released to record, and before noon, you've recorded it. So you're going to need your lenders to fund the money the day before to get that closing.
Best service ever. If you don't have an escrow officer, you need a relationship with that and the title representative, which is Heather. They can bring great value to your life. Write down this name, Christine Adams, Chicago Title. Anywhere in the state of California, you can use her. Everything's done online with electronic, and we can send notaries. Anywhere in California, call Christine Adams, Chicago Title. You have my word, 15 years of working with her. I wouldn't work with anybody else. Heather's amazing. By the way, that little chowder face, look at those little cheeks. They're so cute. When this is over, I want you to make some pancakes and just put them in there. I know, this kid looks like he wants pancakes. It's so cute. Okay, we got to wrap this up. So we have 2 speakers left. We're going to go fast. I promised Quinn 10 minutes. So Quinn is our social media genius. Yeah, Quinn. We contract with Quinn, and we spend a lot of money every month, thousands of dollars every month. He knows what he's talking about. Please give Quinn your full attention. Quinn, what's the name of your company? I can't remember. I just know you use Quinn. Go ahead.
Arrows Digital Media.
Arrows, as in shoot an arrow. Okay.
Correct.
Take it away.
So I'm going to share my screen.
You'll notice he's young and hip. There we go. Do it.
So I'm going to share my screen, run through a real quick presentation with you guys, just on social media, because a lot of the pain points that people talk about when they don't want to do social media marketing is they don't have the time or resources to do it. So right now would be a good time. If you guys have extra time, since you can't share our houses right now, for the most part, I'm going to focus on Facebook and Instagram. I'm never going to discourage anybody from posting on any other platforms, but as of now, they still have the biggest distribution. The most people are on Facebook and Instagram. And more importantly, these ones have the best opportunity for advertising. They have the best ad platforms, and that is a key component of social media marketing in the modern version of it. So the philosophy behind it, there's kind of 2 pillars that we work from that have served us really well. The first is to focus on the client experience and not the granular details. This is something that all companies do, but it's really important for realtors too, because as you guys know, there's so many realtors in the world and real estate companies. So really what you're selling is the experience that someone gets working with you, right? I'm sure, like Brent was saying earlier, there's different types of realtors for different types of clients, and you want to relay that on social media. The second is to establish your brand first to support long-term success, not short-term transactions. This is another point that we see a lot of people get discouraged doing social media marketing because they throw up one ad and expect to sell a house from it. But you wouldn't expect someone to buy a house from Facebook. I would hope not. That'd be kind of a poor decision on the client side. So don't expect to sell a house right from social media. What you should be doing is building that relationship with your potential clients, just like you would in the real world. Just because someone is on social media for business doesn't mean they stop being the person who they are. They still want to build that relationship with you. You guys know as realtors, it's a long game. Real estate, things you do now will affect you in 90 days. It's the same thing on social media. You want to set those pieces in place now so that you can reap that later in the month. So this comes from Chet Holmes, The Ultimate Sales Machine. If you guys haven't read that book, I highly recommend it. The way he works is that there's this demand triangle, and 3% of people are ready to purchase right now. Those are the people that are easiest to sell to. 7% are open to buying but not looking, 30% are indifferent, 30% think they are interested, and 30% supposedly know they are interested. So the problem that people run into with social media marketing is they only market to that top 3% because that's the easiest sale. But the problem there is that you're swamped with everybody else marketing in that same 3%. So it's already oversaturated. The other big problem is that you're leaving out the whole other 97% of this triangle. And that's a huge problem with social media marketing because, again, you're trying to build that relationship and create that experience. So with the content you push out, with your photos, with your videos, what you want to do is market to the whole entire triangle, even to the people who aren't necessarily ready to buy in this moment. And that's what we'll talk about in a second here. Just to go through a little quicker. So the question with your content is, what can you create and share to make 100% of the pyramid care about what you're selling? So real quick, there's kind of 3 buckets of content that you can kind of go by to create your stuff. This is what people get intimidated by too. They think, I don't know what pictures to post, what videos to post. I don't even know how to do this stuff. So if you think of these 3 buckets, this will help you kind of focus that in. The first is entertainment value. This is obviously one of the easier pieces of content to create. And you see this work really well with larger corporate companies too. This is where you get to share your personality, create excitement around your personal brand, and generate goodwill with your client base. The second, which is really important for you guys as realtors, is the education bucket. So this is sharing your knowledge and building trust with your audience and potential customers. Like you guys are doing now, prove that you're the experts in this industry. Prove that you're the experts for your neighborhood. We call these guys digital mayors of the neighborhoods. When someone can come to you or message you on Facebook and say, what are the best restaurants, the best coffee shops? What are the schools like here? If you know the answers to those questions, push them out on social media because that'll just, like I said, prove to your client base that you're the expert.
Hey, Quinn, I love that. We all have friends who are into fishing or snow skiing or hunting or restaurants. And we call them when we think about, hey, I want to go snow skiing or I want to go fishing. We call them, they're our digital mayor. We think of them
exactly.
First. That's what you're talking about. Beautiful.
Exactly. Yeah, the third is inspirational posts. These can feel a little bit cheesy at times, but this is where you get the opportunity to kind of share your greater vision for your business plan and make your audience invested in you doing well. This is where you get to share a little bit of your personal values with your business, which is always great to do. Especially, like I said, if you run your business like your personal life, which is what you should be doing, tout that on social media. Let your client base know this is how you're running your business. So real quick, I'm going to go through the basics. These are the bare bones basics of doing your social media. The first step is to create a Facebook business page. You can do your social media, your Facebook through your personal account, but you'll run into issues the more successful you get. For example, there's a 5,000 friend cap on your personal Facebook friends. You can't look in your audience or demographics. You can't run ads from a personal account. So I would highly, highly recommend you create a business page. And once you do that, invite all your friends to like and follow the page. Try to post at least 3 times per week. That's a general rule of thumb. You want to at least get those in. The best is 1 post per day, but I know that's a lot. It's tough for a lot of people who are busy. Always use a visual. Unless you're tweeting, don't just use copy because people are going to scroll right past. The visual is there to help capture attention, and then you can get people to care about what you're talking about. For Instagram, create a business page or convert your current personal account. This is where it differs from Facebook a little bit. You can actually use your current Instagram account if you want to. If you've already built up your personality as a realtor with your personal Instagram, you can convert that into a business account. Or if you want to keep your personal account for your personal use, just create a business one. The next step is really important. It's connecting your Facebook and Instagram accounts. Sorry, I'm going quick here, but you want to connect those because you can't run ads between platforms unless you connect them. And also, obviously, it makes it easier to share. And then consider creating a logo for yourself as a realtor. Obviously, you want to use the EXP name, the Brent Gove name, too, to give yourself credibility. But to help set yourself apart and create your own branding, consider there's a website called Fiverr. I'm sure you guys have heard of it, where you can pay any amount of money, from $5 to $100, to have graphic designers just whip up logos for you. Consider that, because like I said, it'll help you set yourself apart. the last part, really important, advertising on Facebook. Facebook, honestly, is totally pay to play at this point. It kind of sucks to realize, but if you're just posting organically without putting any money into it, you're not going to get a lot of attention. So it's really easy to create a Facebook ad account once you have that business page created. The first step after you do that is to create an advertising budget for yourself. Honestly, if you start with just $40, $50 a month for running ads, it's a great starting place. It's not going to break your bank, but it will make a huge difference in the results you get. Familiarize yourself with ad creation. This part is a little bit more involved, and it takes either just sitting down and wading through it a few times, or I'm always here to help walk you through it too. Boosting your posts when appropriate. A boost is just a quick and dirty $1 a day ad to get more attention to your posts. Don't assume you know what people are going to respond to. Advertising is all about A/B testing. Don't get discouraged if you don't get good results. Try the same copy with a different photo. Try it with a different video. And lastly, really importantly, is to use call to actions. Like I said, with your organic posts, you don't want to bog people down in the details. But with your ads, this is where you have a little bit of more freedom to ask people to, click learn more, click to your website, do whatever they can to take that action. So
love it.
I know that was really quick.
No,
just
good.
Overview. But if you guys have any questions, I'm here for more Zoom calls. If you want to, that's my cell. If you want to text me, I'm here for you guys.
Okay, so leave that up, Quinn. So I just want to say this, and we're going to wrap up with Darcy Stratton, and I apologize. We're going to go just a couple minutes over. But Quinn, I've hired Quinn. He's worked with me for quite a while. And I pay him thousands of dollars a month. We do all this stuff. He has a package though, if you can afford it and you want him to start implementing this stuff for you, I believe it starts at around $600 a month, right, Quinn?
Right. Yeah, that's the small business package. And you still get a couple of videos a month. So that includes all the content creation too. So we're taking your photos, we're doing your videos and your graphics for you, and then running the page and the ads.
Yeah. And I say that because some of you on the team, like Cindy Silva and Darcy Stratton, you should at least have a conversation with Quinn. I think you're ready for that. Up to you. And maybe some of the rest of you are too. Don't mean to just shout them out, but they're really going on the radio. They're already doing YouTube channels. They already have a lot of content. Those of you watching online, we have a lot of people who aren't showing their picture, but they're just watching, like Debbie Salisbury there and other people we've had on and around the country. Reach out to Quinn. He's wonderful. And, I pay him about $3,000 a month, but he does a lot. You won't need that much to do what you want to do. But if you're like me, I don't necessarily want to learn it. I want to hire someone to do it. I have someone to take care of my pool, mow the lawn, clean the house. And this is just not my gift. So I hire out your weakness. Real quick, City, then we're going to go to Darcy.
Just have a quick question for Quinn. Quinn, how do you get more people to like your business page? Because I find when I only add a new friend, then I can request them to go to my business page. But I have 5,000 on my personal page and only I think 1,200 on my business page. How do I get those 5,000 people to like my business page?
So it does, Facebook limits you you can only request 500 people from your personal page at one time to like your business page because they experience a lot of spamming. So once you hit past that 500 person request, you have to literally just send them a message and ask them to like the page in person. So that is one of the kind of strangleholds that Facebook introduced because they were getting so much spam. But yeah, you're going to have to just manually request. And you can also run ads for your page. You can create an audience in the region you're selling to and run those as ads for people who might be interested to like your page.
Thank you, buddy. Okay, go ahead and pull down that wonderful screen. Hopefully everyone got a picture. We're going to wrap up today with one of the most amazing human beings in the world. She was in the Olympics in '96. Thank heaven she didn't get bit by the bomber there with the bombing. I just watched that movie with Mr. Jewell. And that was a pretty interesting movie. But Darcy Stratton, amazing human being, lives on the ranch. I don't know, 40 acres or something. I don't know. She has horses. She has a pond with ducks. I mean, come on. My house is boring. She's got 3 beautiful tow-haired blonde boys, and one of them was sticking their hand. I saw that, Darcy. It was awesome. They'll probably come running into the picture. There you go. Get over here, you famous. See it. Look at them. Look how good they've been doing. We got Tarzan in the back there. You need a haircut. Cut your hair and get a job. I'm a baby boomer. Cut your hair and get a job. Anyway, so Darcy, real quick, as a mom, how are you thriving, not just surviving right now? We're going to wrap up with this.
I love it. Okay, so this call just fired me up. So thank you so much, because I needed that big time. And the struggle is real over here with the homeschool. Okay, it's 9 to 1 every day for 3 kids at 3 different levels. I have this whole new respect for people. So I've had to shift my mindset, shift my career just a little though. So here's the thing. I still closed 1 last week, still closing 2 this week. It's just taken a little longer. I'm a little bit more delayed, but it's business as usual. It's just, I'm a little stressed out because of the homeschooling over here, but I'm getting it. I'm getting my groove, and I'm enjoying the time with them, and I feel very connected still because we have EXP, because we have these calls. Working out every day helps keep my mind strong. Being outside, being around animals, but I'm hanging in there and on the front lines, and things are selling, things are moving, things are listing, people are still calling me. So I say business as usual. What do you think?
I love it, Darcy. Right on. She was talking to me. She had the eye of the tiger. I go, you got to share that. It's not that we all don't have struggles. We have them, but we're fighting through it. It's the win for yourselves. I'm going to put on my Nikes and I'm going to go for a jog when this is over. Give me about 10 minutes, but I'm going to be chugging around my neighborhood. And thank you, Darcy. Thank you, everyone, for being on today. We love you. We'll be on again next Thursday, right here, 10 a.m. to 11, same time, same place, same bat channel for those of you that are old enough. Also, just a plug. This Saturday morning, we're going to hear from the president of eXp Realty, which just became #1 in transactional count nationwide for all independent brokerages. Wow. Top 500. We passed Redfin. Boom! I blew them off the map. We went flying by Compass. We dusted Compass. Gone. We're going to lap them this year. We'll do double. We'll literally lap Compass. We're making everyone look silly, and we're grateful, but it's amazing. So now #1 in transactional count for independent brokerages, top 500 EXPs, the top of the chart. Watch, it's all over Facebook and from this morning on Inman News. And so, but Dave Kennard, the president of the biggest, baddest, here comes Seabiscuit around the corner, and now Seabiscuit crossed the finish line. That's us. He's going to be speaking Saturday morning, 9 a.m. to noon. Hopefully I got those hours right. Stroop, get that ugly dog out of the picture, man. That thing's a gargoyle. It looks, that's Minnie. I'm just kidding, Minnie. She's sweet.
Don't be mean to Minnie.
I know. I love Minnie. She's
also sweet. April 9th, Brent.
Oh, and then April 9th would be the following. Stacy on it. So we have Dave Kennard this Saturday at 9 a.m. And then and he'll be speaking with Gene Frederick, Rob Flick, Scott Lewis, and myself about where we're at, where we're headed as a company. Don't miss that. It's international. It's going to be seen 30,000 times. So be there, and you'll get the links. It's going to be everywhere in workplace and all over. Send it to people, have them watch. But on the 9th, which James was wise to bring up, we have the president of eXp Brokerage Operations. Dave Kennard's the president of Grove, and she's the president of Brokerage Operations. She hires and fires all the brokers in all 50 states, Canada, worldwide, Australia, UK. I don't know how she does it. Stacy on, and she was going to be in Sacramento live because I bribed her with Napa all weekend. Food, good wine. It works great to get people to Sacramento. Hour and 10 minutes away is Napa. But obviously we're not doing that because of what's happening. So we're doing it virtually. And before she speaks or after she speaks, we have Kyle Whistle, Inman News, voted #1, Quinn, use of video and media, #1 in North America for all companies. Out of 2 million, he's numero uno. He's going to speak for an hour on social media and video marketing and how he does it. He earned $678,000 last month. Let that sink in. So if he can earn that in a month, he can certainly teach you how to make that in a year. And if you copy him more, so don't miss that. April 9th. James, what time does that start? James?
We moved it to 5 p.m.
5 p.m. Pacific.
Yeah.
5 p.m. Pacific, which would be 8 p.m. Eastern, right? Yeah. Which is why we moved it, because we're now going to broadcast it throughout North America. Also, this Saturday morning, for those of you who forget who aren't in California, we're 9 a.m. Pacific, which would be noon for those of you on the East Coast, 11 a.m. Central. You figure it all out. So that's it for today. Thank you. Great first ever Brent Gove virtual team meeting. I feel very connected to kisses, hugs.
Brent.
You bet. Good job, everyone. We'll see you. Thank you.